Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75, and welcome to I don't know what to call it really. It's a DC sort of like classics collectible figure review thingy. But this one features on some figures that I actually got since about Christmas time, give or take. These are like the Dark Knight Returns kind of figures that they've been doing. And I really, really love them. I've been after some Dark Knight Returns figures because I loved the Dark Knight Returns. I love the comic. It was one of those sort of first comics that I got into back in 1990 when I started reading American comics. Obviously, it came out in 1986, but it was one of the first ones, and it was one of the. It was just brilliant. If you've never read The Dark Knight Returns, you've got to read it. It is a great comic all the way through. I mean, there's 4 books. Obviously, you can get the collected edition, obviously. But each one features on a different part of the storyline, and it's just brilliant. You got the first part with him returning. And, of course, then you get the Joker coming out of, like, a catatonic state because he's seen that Batman's back after 10 years. And, of course, Batman only comes back because of this new criminal gang called the Mutants are trying to take over Gotham City. And he thinks, oh, sod that for a laugh, I'm not having that. And so he tries to take him down. The first part, he fails miserably because the mutant leader, who is this guy here, he is just he's too young and too powerful for him, really, because you've got to think Batman's now an old man. And he has trouble. And then you've got the second part where he sort of like, it's a bit like Rocky in Rocky 4, where he sort of like, I don't know, he goes like to Siberia and that and pumps iron and all that. And he sort of like manages to figure a way to take down the mutant leader. And then we've got the third part, which is the Dark Knight Falls, in which the Joker finally makes his move and ends with quite a shocking ending there with the Joker and Batman. And then, obviously, throughout the sort of like the other books, you've got another part of the storyline which featured Superman, who is now basically an agent of the government, and the government know who his secret identity is and everything. They're basically using him as a weapon to other countries, because I think there's a bit with a nuclear missile that's accidentally fired. And Superman takes down this nuclear weapon. Now, if you do, I had the 10th anniversary edition of The Dark Knight Returns, in which it had the original script for that. It was actually America, from what I remember, that he'd done. Something like it was... actually, America fired it on themselves and then got Superman to stop it, just to show everybody else just how powerful they were, and that, you know, you couldn't touch us, or something like that, rather than it being accidentally. But I think they changed it for the final thing, thinking maybe that's a bit, I don't know, a bit too strong or whatever. But in my opinion, I love that. I love sort of like risky sort of like storylines like that. I think they make a better storyline for me. And yeah, so obviously with that final part, we had Superman basically saying, well, the government really not liking that Batman is a vigilante and told him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. So they sent Superman against him. And obviously then it has one of the best fight scenes with Superman and Batman, and of course led to the film Batman versus Superman, which if you watch the film closely, there's lots of little bits where they stole straight out of The Dark Knight Returns. But it's actually better than the film. The film was a bit dodgy to me. But this is brilliant. I loved it. The comic, that is. And so we got these figures. So I'm just going to have a quick run through. Right, this is the first one. This is the Joker. I think this is sort of like how he looked when in that Dark Knight Falls Part 3. We've got his gun there. No spoilers, because I'm pretty certain most people have read it. He does die. So we do have the face where he died. You can swap these heads around. And we got this one here, which is his smiling face, where he sort of breaks his own back. We've got the little batarang that Batman threw straight into his eye there, which is kind of cool. I do like that. And then he does come also with the little knife, which I believe he used to stab Batman with, which is kind of cool. And then we've got his iconic gun. Great, I love this. This is a great little figure just to have on his side, just as a nice Joker. We're going to move him out of the way, put him to the back there. Right, the next figure we're going to come to is this. This is the Mutant Leader. Now, I wasn't going to get this one, but the price went down on eBay to about £8, and I thought, well, I don't want to spend £8 on it. That's weird soft rubbery plastic, so it's warped in the bloody box. I don't know why they do that. It's bloody annoying. Just cheap, isn't it? Eh? But he looks all right. He looks very, very strange. He's got some nice ab crunch there, so you can go, yeah, like that. But I love him. I think he's good. I think there's an expensive one for like 60 quid that I saw in Orbital Comics in London. This looks better, if you want my opinion. I don't like that at all. This one just looks better. Someone on Instagram did say that there's another version where he's got his proper nipples or something. That'd be quite funny if there is. I wish I got that one. Because he's in the comics, he did have big nipples, which is really funny. There we go. So I'm going to put him over there. But you can have a run through the figures, and you can do all these kind of different things with these guys. So the next one is the Armoured Batman. And this is a cool figure. I wish he had some ankle tilts. I wish all these figures had proper ankle tilts. You'd get a lot more better bloody poses out of the blooming things. But he does rotate quite a few places, which can be annoying right now. That rotates there, and I think, does he rotate now? No. But he does have these spikes on his feet, just like the comics, so you can kick him in, Superman in the face. And he does have that little gun, though it has been warped in the box, which is always good. Shame it hasn't got no wires, so you can't hook it up to the lamppost, just like he did in the film. Oh no, that wasn't. He hooks his suit up to the thing, so you could fry him with electricity, if I remember rightly. This is just his sonic gun. But it's great. I love it. It is just such a good look for Batman, and is this. I love this. As soon as I saw this, I thought, that's it, I've got to get this. Because I was going to get the Armoured Batman from the film, because I thought that looks quite like, that one. But I saw this and didn't need to. Anyway, right. So then I was down B&M. And my B&M is the most weirdest B&M in the world. Because I actually went down there looking for some Transformers that people keep saying was in there. Like I was looking for a Sky Shadow, 15 quid or something. My B&M, nothing. But they did have this set, which is a Dark Knight Returns set. With a couple of figures that I've been after for a long time, which I didn't even know they made. We're going to run through with the worst ones. This is a little Robin. No articulation on it. Does have his, her iconic slingshot, which is quite good. It's all right. The arms move. That's about it. Looks a bit old, but size comparison, it's just about right. So you can't fault it, really. Just shame that it's got no articulation. Unfortunately, with this set, it suffers. I'm going to see if I can put it back on him without knocking everybody down. It does come also with this little diorama set of Crime Alley, which is pretty nifty. I do like that. Let me just see. It's got the old little light and everything on it. So it's kind of cool. The next one is the Joker. Now, he has no articulation in those legs, and he's a strange stance. You can't actually start. He sort of will, maybe. He's got his little peg on there. But he does come with a nice couple of guns in this he can put in his hands. I can't remember that stance when he's in the comic in this suit. I think it's when he's on TV or something, or he's on a talk show. I can't remember when he kills everyone in the crowd. Can't remember. But it's still a good look for him there. I'm going to pop him back. So you sort of have to stick him on it and have his foot at an angle. No, he's not going to have it, is it? I don't know if I forgot it right. Get on here. There you go. He's sort of going to stay. Right, so the next one is Batman. Now, Batman is looking old and weathered and grumpy as hell. You're going to get... He's got the best articulation probably of the lot, along with... we got a Superman here. And as you can see, this Superman is looking old, beefier, and kind of grizzly as well. And these two just look great together. Absolutely. I love them. I really do love them. They just... I can't get over just how long I've been after these sort of figures. Now, then what you can do with these figures, he's got some good articulation. Not great, but he's got a bit, so you can get him in a good pose. I wanted to get the pose where you first see... Oh, Mutant Leader's done one. Where you've got these two together, and he's waiting there on Crime Alley by the lamppost, and you get Superman just flying down, but he's got no ankle articulation at all, so you can't really do that, which is a shame, because that was a good pose. But yeah, you can put these two up against each other, because I think they're the two that really went together. And of course, then what else you can do is you can get this guy, which is your Batman. You can either have him against the Mutant Leader, giving him a damn good kicking, or the other way around, as it usually was in the comic. And also, then you can have him against the Joker. Like that, as in when he killed him and everything like that, or actually killed himself. But there we go. And then, just for if you wanted to, as a strange kind of thing. I'm going to put the Joker over there, he's going to fall over anyway. You can have Batman and Robin out on patrol, like that. And that's kind of cool. Pardon me. And I just think it was a great set. It was a great set, and I'm glad I picked it up. And it was like £25 in B&M. Bit pricey. I wish I'd just got the Superman and the Batman that we were doing separately for like 15. But they were different colours. Like this Batman was had a darker suit on, which I didn't like. I prefer the lighter suit. And Batman might have had a lighter colour too. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. But overall, I thought I'd go with this because this one came with the Crime Alley bit, really. That's what I really wanted it for. Not too bothered about the Joker or the Robin. I mean, they were okay. But I think it's because it came with this just lamppost and the Crime Alley. I think that just topped it off for me. Right, so I'm the Graham, the Collect 75. I hope you like this video. Not everybody's cup of tea. But, you know, I like these figures. And I've been wanting to do a video on these for ages. So anyway, so this has been Graham, the Collect 75. We'll see you all next time. Bye for now. You can follow me on Instagram. And, of course, if you want to support my channel, you can using the links below. Right, bye for now.